So, just a quick summary of the stuff that we did this week. We were focusing on a major 251 in B flat and B flat major. So we had the chords from last time: C minor 7, F7, and B flat major 7. So this week we kind of broke them down into individual sounds and talked about different ways we could approach them. So we'll take it a chord at a time. First one is a C minor 7 chord. Now we played over this, we played a B flat major scale. So that will get you this sort of sound. So that makes a Dorian mode. So we're playing the same notes as we do for B flat major, but we're starting and finishing on a C root note. So I'll just give you a quick example of this. Just over one octave. Talks about ways of practicing this. Anything you could find a backing track. So if you search for a Dorian backing track, this is a Dorian mode. So you'll find a C Dorian backing track. You'll be able to practice over that, get that sort of sound. Just playing B flat major scale, that'll get you a Dorian sound because there's a C root note in the bass. The next sound that we approached was the one for the F7. So this is going to be a Mixolydian sound. So that's the same as playing, or very similar to playing a B flat major scale over an F root note. So same notes basically. And we could do it as a one octave shape as well. So going F to F, be like this. This would be an F Mixolydian scale. Again, we want to get really comfortable with the sounds. So we're getting comfortable with the sounds in isolation before we put them together. So to get comfortable with the Mixolydian sound, you can do a similar thing to you did with the C Dorian. You could put an F in the bass, you could put it on a drone note, you could set up a little loop with that chord going around. Something like that. Or you could find a backing track of F Mixolydian, and you just want to play the notes from B flat major over that. That gets you this sort of sound. Again, it's a different sort of flavour, different sort of sound. Same group of notes, but with a different note in the bass. And then finally we get to this B flat major sound. Probably going to be a little bit more familiar, so for now we probably want to focus practicing the Dorian sound and the Mixolydian sound. Just a little bit more on how to practice these. We also talked about practice methods today. Talked about this thing called a practice cake. It's just a circle split into segments. I usually do 8 because I find that's a useful number to work with. And for whatever you're working on, you come up with 8 different variations systematically, and you spend a minute on each one. It's really helpful to do this with a metronome. So if you get ideally you find a metronome app with a timer on it as well. And there are a few out there and they're pretty easy to get hold of. Metronome app with a timer, you want to spend a minute on each segment, and this way you're moving yourself forward, but you're still spending enough time on each little idea to let it sink in. So the things you want to use the practice cake for this week, firstly, your B flat major scale. So all this stuff is coming from the B flat major scale. So before we worry about modes, before we think about what the root note is that we're using, we want to really be comfortable on a B flat major scale. So I was going to do a practice cake for a B flat major scale. I'd go by fret positions. So I'd spend a minute in the first 5 frets, a minute in the next 5, and the next 5, and the next 5. I'll write this up as well so it's a little bit more clear. But that's how we'd practice that. So you'd have this sort of. That for a minute. Then that for a minute, and then so on up the fretboard just to get comfortable on top of that. You can do the same sort of thing working over the different root notes. So you could do it on a Dorian sound in your fret positions. Or a Mixolydian sound, etc. I'll write up some different examples of how to use the practice cake on this one, and put them on the email. Thanks for listening. That's been.
What timing?
What's that?
What timing?
Yeah, perfect.
Ding dong. Okay, great. Thanks, Joe.
Cool.